Hello and surprise! It's Tamara coming to you from Tamara's Paper Trail. Why am I here? I hear you cry. It is Tuesday afternoon at 2:50. You don't go live Tuesday afternoons at 2:50. Tamara, what are you doing? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to do some stamping. Today I was feeling a little overwhelmed with all the, I should, I gotta's, the stuff and the things and the running the empire. Nope. Right now, I'm going to do what I want to do. And what I want to do is make a card. And I thought it has been so long since I did a let me show you how. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to hang out. Hello, Jennifer. Happy Tuesday afternoon. It's hot outside. I'm in my cave. I don't want to do what I know I should be doing. And as my Yoda would say, don't should all over yourself, right? Don't should all over yourself. So I'm not gonna. I'm just going to make a card. And normally when I do my let me show you how, I turn off the comments so I don't get distracted. I easily get distracted. But I don't do so well just talking to the camera. I'm much better. Hello, Christine. I'm much better with my people, with my tribe, which is why I love going live. And so here I am, and that's what I'm going to do. I've been wanting to do this card for about 2 weeks now. Gotta stay hydrated. I'm going to show you this card. Let's just flip around. Yes. Okay. I will inspire you, Jennifer. Now, what I'm going to say, it's kind of it comes off as self-serving. It is twofold. If you love this bundle that I'm using today, it's called Flower Cart. It might not be something that you've got. It might not be something that you've used, but it might inspire you. And today is free shipping. And the stamp set and the dies and stamp set together are like $80 before tax. So if you can just eke out another $20 in the budget, you can get the shipping for free and you can own this. So I thought, you know what? Let's just do it. Hi, Pat. Welcome to the program. Let me just flip my camera around and we're just going to get to it. I'm not going to have a lot of banter. I want to show you, there's lots of tips and tricks that are going to be in here. So I hope if you didn't catch me live that you can catch the replay. Let me show you what we're going to make. This is the bundle we're using, Flower Cart. And this is the card I'm going to show you how to make. Now I wanted to get clearance on this first. This card, I've shown it quickly on my lives in the past. This was a card I put together for the tutorial group that I'm part of. So when people, thanks Jennifer, when people shop with me, and spend $60 or more in a month, I give them tutorials. And this one I call an over-the-top tutorial. There are generally 14, and I think there's 15 of it. I don't know. There's 14 or 15 of us, demonstrators around the globe, who put together cards with full-on instructions in both metric and imperial on cards that are a little bit more stepped up. And this, to me, I say is stepped up because there's embossing, there's there's die cutting and so on and so forth. I also have other tutorials that are more beginner, just stamp, inks, and paper. So this one is one of the tutorials that we did. This one, what month is this? July. So anybody, yes, who spends 60 or more with me in July gets this card. Now I have to revise saying that. If you've taken a class that's in September, but you've paid me now, I reward you in September for when you took the class, only because Tamara's head will explode. Most people will order my classes early in the quarter and then they have them for 3 or 4 months. And so they might spend $200 with me in 1 month and then they get no free tutorials the rest of the month. So what happens is if the class that they took was over $60, I give them the tutorial in that month that they've redeemed it. I hope that makes sense. It doesn't really matter. I'm just saying this is one of the cards that's in one of the tutorials and how that all works. So you can purchase tutorials from me. You don't have to spend money per se. You can buy the tutorials for they're $25. And I don't flog them often, just because most of my people just order stuff and I send them this is what I send instead of a thank you. I send tutorials, because otherwise I would be mailing way more than I do, and it's so time consuming. So this way it's just a little thank you for shopping with me and you get this tutorial. So this was the card I put together and I freaking love it, you guys. So this was a bundle that was offered in the last catalog, the mini catalog. And full confession, I didn't get it. I'm like, no, it doesn't blow my hair back. It looks fiddly. There are a lot of pieces, a lot of dies. Don't love it. I don't do fiddly piddly. I like layers and I like nice, but I also like simple. Like I like it to look like it took me forever and it didn't take me forever. So I didn't get it. And then it carried over. Thank you, Holly. I love it. I just freaking love it. I love it so much. I'm like, I have to show the people how to make it because it looks overwhelming and it is not. And if I ever start actually making this card, you'll see it's fairly quick and easy. It will take me longer because I do have a lot of tips and tricks along the way. So I'll go on all these tangents like Tamara does. It's part of my charm, right? That's what we're going to go with. And yes, I'm wearing the same outfit as yesterday. So no shame, no tea, no shade. It's all good. It's hot. This is just one step up from being naked, okay? My little wrap. Don't judge. You're not judging. Why am I going on about this? Get to the card. All right. So what am I going to tell you? I think that's all, other than here are the codes if you're interested in purchasing this right now. Nice handwriting. That says dies, not dicks. Set 162776. It is $33. The dies are 162780, $47. Together they're $80. If you can, hi Bev, hi Donna. If you can find another $20 worth to order, hey, head over to the Paper Pumpkin. Sorry, I got a tickly nose. Head over to the Paper Pumpkin page, and their retired kits are on sale. And there's some great ones that are like $24. So boom, you got a $100 order. The shipping is free. Okay. So I'm pointing this out because it's one that I didn't think I wanted. I didn't overlook. I made the decision I didn't want it. But look, you guys. So the theme of this tutorial was fun in the sun. It was like summer, like fun in the sun, right? Yeah, nothing says fun in the sun like a black and brown flower cart. But that's where I landed. So I'm dinging all over the place. I'm going to turn off my dinger. This was a great creative process for me. As I started off, I had all the colors going on and I wasn't feeling it. I had flowers stamped in different colors and I just wasn't feeling it. So giddy up, let's go. Enough with the blah, blah, blah. Let me show you how it's done, right? The name of the show. Let me show you how. Let me show you how. Hi, Kathy. All right, so we're going to start with a standard card base with basic black. We're going to cut our 8.5 by 11.5, and that's our basic card base. And then this layer is 4.25. I'm sorry, 5.25 by 4. So this piece, we're just going to chop down a little bit more. We're going to go into 4 by 5.25. Okay, and this is what I'm going to emboss. All right, so that's going to be embossed. This is with the Eyelet 3D embossing folder. So let's just do that right now, get it out of the way. I'm going to first find the folder, which, you know, like this is how you know I just hit go. I just hit start. I don't overthink these things. And then you get to watch me flounder. So, where are you at, Kathy? Are you like in the bush somewhere? You're camping, aren't you? Where are you? This is the 3D embossing folder, so we're going to put the paper in here. Now, here's a little, so Tamara's tips, right? Here, little nuggets that I sprinkle out throughout the show, which I don't do on my Mystery Card Monday because I don't do these over-the-top cards. So, pay attention. If you want to know, there is a right side and a wrong side to embossed images, right? So this one, the bumps are up. And I'll show you when I run this through. There's the other side, the bumps are down. And you're like, well, which way do I put the paper, Tamara? Like if I want the bumps up, like if you had a pattern sheet or if it was directionally important for you to know which way was up. When you put the paper in, first of all, there's a line here on your embossing folder. That's so you can line up the paper so it's straight. So again, if you have a flower or an image that you want to make sure is straight, or in this case, right, if I wanted to make sure that these were equidistant from either side, you want to make sure that it's straight. So you line it up with this black fold, or this black line. Now, you always run through the spine first. This always goes through your cut and emboss machine first. If you don't, it will weaken. All right, and it will crack and break in half over time. So if you put it in sideways, or if you put it in the other way through the machine first, you're asking for trouble, okay? It will crack and break. Ask me how I know. I tested the theory, and yes, it will break. So let me run it through the machine. I'm going to use it with the thick embossing folder, and that's this gray one. And hey, like, thinking is hard when you're crafting. You could be crafting at 3 a.m. I just use my label maker. It's like, this is my thick folder, the gray one. Most people could remember gray is for your 3D embossing folders. So instead of 2 clear plates, you use this one and nothing else. Okay, this is for thick folders. This is just a reminder to Tamara. When Tamara is not thinking, she knows which one to grab. So you run it through the cut and emboss machine. Boom. Okay. All right. So now, You can tell. So this was to say which side is the bumped up part side is the side that has the line drawn on it. Whatever paper is facing the top, that's what's going to be the big bumpy. Okay, the other side is the debossed area. All right, so you can see the difference. That goes in and this goes up. So depending on what you want, maybe you want that side, but just so you know, whatever piece of the embossing folder has the Stampin' Up! Logo and the line printed on it, that's going to give you the bump up. Okay, does that make sense? Sure it does. So I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to use my bone folder. Why? Just to give it a nice crisp edge. I'm going to bring in my liquid glue. Because, why? Because it's embossed deeply, and this is going to give a better seal than our Stampin' seal. Make sure it's right side up, and I'm going to glue that down. So again, this piece is 5 1/4 by 4. Give a little smush. Okay. Now, the colors that I've used in this are the black, basic white, and crumb cake. So let's get some measurements going on here. I don't know what they are. Crumb cake. So this piece is going to be 4 3/4 by 3. Four and 3/4 by 3. And the white layer is 4 1/2 by 2 3/4. 4 1/2 by 2 3/4. Let's put all this other stuff away. So I'm not crazy. All right, now out of this piece, I already have layers cut, but you might not. So you're gonna want an insert, right? Because you can't be writing on this. You need to have an insert. That's going to be 5 1/4 by 4. 5 1/4 by 4. So you may as well chop that while you're here. Put that on the inside. If I can find my glue. Tape. Where are you, tape? There you are. Okay. This is what we're making in case you're just tuning in. We've got a whole 18 people. Aren't you people at work? What are you doing? Beating the heat? Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the inside. It didn't bring out my glass mat today. Like I say, I just hit start. Go. All right, so there's our inside. Okay. This is going to go in at an angle, so I like to just kind of get this done and out of the way, and then I can push it to the side. I'm going to pop this up on dimensionals. A lot of times I'll leave this step to the last, but let's just do it now and get it out of here. These must be old dimensionals because they're really sticky. They're holding on to their wax papers pretty strongly. Okay, so this one's going to go at an angle. Of course, you can do it straight. You can do whatever the heck you want. Okay, now we're going to bring in the white and we're going to start building our cart and do some stamping. So again, the colors I've used are black and crumb cake. Now, you're going to say, Tamara, what the heck is this ink pad? What you got going on there? Is that new ink? What the heck? What did I miss? Nothing. You didn't miss anything. Hi, Linda. Hello. Hi, Sharon. So you didn't miss a thing. I made this. Okay, so if you're a trailblazer, you may have watched the last SSS Super Team event that we did. Glenda, my sister Glenda, she showed us what she uses for her black ink. And I went, this is genius. It's brilliant. And I went and I did it. And I love it. And I recommend you do it. This is our Memento ink. Okay. I have a love-hate relationship with it because we don't have other black other than the StazOn, which I can't bear to use with photopolymer stamps. And anyway, I love the Memento ink in theory. However, whenever I take off the lid, I end up getting covered in black because I'm a bit of a spaz. And it's messy, it's nasty, and I don't love the inked image. Like it just, I don't know, it seems to pick up the pattern from the felt. I don't love it. So what Glenda said, and so here's a viable option for you, and I love this tip, so pay attention. Hi, Kathy. Hello. This was a Whisper White craft pad. Now let me see if I even have one. I don't have one of the newer ones. This is our old one. Okay, this is craft ink. So when you order our ink thingamadooies, the craft ink, you get this, like a blank, you get a blank ink pad, and you get a bottle of re-inker. Okay, this actually stays on. This is what you get, and you have to ink up your stamp set, and then or your ink pad, sorry, and then you end up with, like, mine's nasty. So I bought myself a new one. Well, now I have to buy another one because this one I hijacked. And what I did, because it was empty, it was like a naked ink pad. I took my Memento ink re-inker and I inked it up. And now I have a foam black ink pad. Game changer. Let me even see. Let's just pull in some black. Let me see. Watch. You know what it's like whenever you go live and you're like, okay, let me show you the difference. And they're like, oh, there's no difference. Let me see if we can see if there's a difference. So let me just get out. This image is the flowers. The leaves. I'm doing it in black. So let me just see if it's going to look any different. It might not look different. I don't know. I make stuff up as I go along. But in my head, it looks different. It definitely feels different. And I don't like this ink pad because I always get covered in it. Right, Kathy? Mind blown. Blown mind. So let me try. This is with the Memento ink pad. It's pretty juicy. And let me just stamp that. Boom. Okay. Sucky. Sucky. All right. It's like, look at. I would need to have this on my Stamparatus for Tamara's liking. I would need to have it on a Stamparatus, and I'd have to stamp it a few times because look, that's not nice. That's not Tamara acceptable. This is where, like, watch, this will be worse. So now I'm going to go in. It's the same ink. I just put it on this felt pad or on the foam pad, and it's very juicy. So this might look gacky. I don't know, but let me just look at the difference. Stamping down. Lifting up. Oh my God. Ermagerd. Look at the difference. Everybody, add to cart. Add to cart. Look at the difference. Okay. Are you looking? You're looking. Okay. This needs to go in the trash because I never want to use it again because I'm not, like, I get covered in ink. I'm just challenged. And like, look, anyway. So this is my ink pad. Is black now. Now, do you have to buy this whole, like, you're going to get this and this? Do you need that? No. You know what you could do? Don't we all have inks that we don't have anymore? Either it was an old ink color and it's gone out, we don't have a refill, or it's an ink color you never liked, right? You can run your ink pad under the tap, and like just run it under cold water. Wear gloves before you do this. I know. Oh, Pat. Use an old ink pad, just an old foam ink pad. Run it under cold water until it runs as clear as you can get it. You're wearing rubber gloves. Then you're going to take a cotton, or you're going to take your, what are you going to take? Your paper towel, and you're going to blot it as dry as you can. And if you're patient enough, you can leave it overnight to kind of dry out. If not, that's cool. You're inking it with black ink. And you just take your black ink and so you might have had like a yo-yo yellow from a bazillion years ago. Rinse that. Well, it's not a foam pad. You know what I'm saying? Get an old foam pad, recycle it, repurpose it, reuse it. Okay, got it? Fabulous, love it. Worth tuning in for, right? Love it. So now that I've done that, I'm going to close it so I don't stick my finger in it. So this is the background for our little flowers. I'm going to bring in the foreground for our flowers. I'm going to stamp that in crumb cake. Now, sometimes you might say, oh, they don't line up. Like, this doesn't line up. Sometimes when you have a larger photopolymer stamp set or image, instead of putting it on like this, where if it's too large, it might bend, like you might not have it totally flush. What I like to do is just set it down gently on my desk and then attach the block to it. And then that way there's a better chance it's not bending and it's going to fit in your image a little bit better. Okay. Add to cart, Kathy, you betcha. So this is crumb cake. I'm going to ink that up. I'm going to hover, and it's pretty easy to line this up. The best way I found, some of them aren't perfect, but that's okay, is you want to line up these 4 sprigs in here. Let me just hover. Excuse me. Okay, you can see what's going on here, right? It just fits in between. Ta-da! Good enough, close enough. It dries a little bit of a different color, so this one looks a lot darker than this one. It'll calm down. Okay, so that's scissors. Here we go. That is my image there. Actually, no, I'll just cut this out right now with the dies if I can find them. Here they are. So here are the dies. Let's put this away. They're going to cut this out. Okay. More Tamara tips if you have washi tape handy. It's quite good to put down a little bit of washi tape. Or what I like to use is this. I just got some more on Amazon, the Post-it tape. It's $7. You could also use a Post-it note. Anything that's sticky just to hold it in place, because if your cutting pads aren't flat, which I doubt they are, things move very easily. So I'm going to run that through. This is a ridiculously easy card. Like, it looks so impressive, but it's so easy. So there's my flower thingies. While I'm here and I've got the die cutting machine out, I'm going to grab my Spotlight on Nature dies, and I'm going to cut out, I'm going to put this back in the case. Take that. So like this tape is reusable, so I'm going to save that for later. And I'm going to bring out, I liked this particular circle, which is the smallish one. That size, she said confidently, not sure if that was the one, but yes it is. Okay. Now, you can see when I use these dies are a bit of a pain in the slaka in that the bits get stuck. It's okay. No worries. I don't even bother taking them out. Just keep going. So I'm going to just run this through here to get my little die circle. Then you do this. If it doesn't all come out, then you get your little pokey tool and you just stab them until they come out. Not a big deal. And then you fling it on the floor to be swept up another day. Okay, so there we go. There's that. So I'm going to stamp "Have a Lovely Day" from the same stamp set. When I do my tutorials, I try to use everything in the stamp set so that you don't have to buy 7 stamp sets to make the card. Hope that makes sense. Okay, like really juicy. I glooped that a little bit too hard, but that's okay. We'll figure that out. I love a good dark image. Have a lovely day. Love it. Clean that later. Okay, so that's going to set aside, and this is going to set aside over here. Now, let's make our cart. So there are a bunch of pieces in here. I tried with this. Well, I'll get to that. So like this is the cart. Where's my cart thing? And then these can go, like these little legs can go in behind so that it gives a real 3D illusion. So the 2 of them go in behind, and these 2 can go in front, and then you can stick the fruit and or the flowers like in and around, right, to give it more of a realistic. Yeah, no, life's a little short for me for that. So this one, I ditched this idea. Now they do also have this die, which will do the die cut version of it. But from what I understand, these 3, like you have to keep them in order. The pieces, no, sorry, these ones. When you cut these out of your colored paper, so it would be like this, but then you'd have colored things. There is an order to them, and if you get it wrong, they won't fit. So you have to, when you die cut these pieces, keep them in order so that they fit properly. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to get this base piece, which is this. This is going to be in the brown crumb cake. And then I need this piece, which are the legs and wheels. Okay, so this is going to be in black, and this is going to be in crumb cake. So let's do that right now. Crumb cake. What? It moved. Okay, sorry. My foot just kicked my cart and everything moved. Okay, so here's our cart, and it comes in 2 pieces. So there's this piece and this piece. And then we need these wheels are in black. Now you could put self-adhesive strips on the back. Seems like a lot of work to me. I'm a lazy stamper. I don't want it. So I'll cheat. Okay. So let's go like this. I don't need this black piece. Get out of there, you. You guys go over there. All right. So here are our pieces. Don't need you. Lost. You I do need. Alrighty then. So here's wheel 1. And here are the little spriggy legs. Now this is where I was like, this was a deal breaker for me originally. I'm like, I don't want to be putting together no cart. But it really is easy. And you know it's easy when I make 6 or 8 of the same card. I made them. It was no biggie. No biggie. Now let's see if I remember how, because it was like 3 weeks ago. Okay, so I'm going to get all my different glues out. I've got glues, glue dots, and tearing tape. All right. So the way the cart goes, let me just see, how did that... I just have to look at the die because it does come out in a certain way. So this is like this. Okay, so when it comes out like this, this is how it's supposed to go. This piece, I'd zoom in, but I don't know how. This piece gets glued here. So these edges just line up, and then you can see it looks like a box. So you would go a little bit higher, and it's to give the illusion like here's the corner of the box, here's the corner of the box. I did it this way originally, and although it still works, the cart didn't line up the way it was supposed to. So this is the way it comes out, and this is the way it's supposed to be taped together. Now, I didn't. You do not have to do this. You can throw this away. What the heck? You don't need this. Look, what's going to happen. If I take the time to glue this together, well, that's all very fine and good. I'm going to put the flowers on it. Who's even going to see that? What a waste of time. No, don't need it. So throw this away. Unless you want to tuck things in, then okay, fine. I don't. Chuck it. It's gone. Okay, so I've got my wagon. Now I just have to put the wheels together. And I watched a few videos going, well, so which way is this supposed to go? I don't think anybody knows. And I don't think it even matters. Who cares? Just get it together. What I settled on, though, was that you can see how the wheel is fatter on one side. Okay, it's a little bit fatter over here. So whatever way you do it, you want both fat sides facing the same way. So if you want to go this way, then both fat sides go the same way. If you want to go the other way, then they have to go this way. This is what I settled on. And this, so this little spokey thing, I'm just attaching to the center of this little spokey thing. That's it, that's all. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue here, and I'm not going to overthink it, she said, knowing that she'll probably overthink it. A little bit of glue there, like just a little dab will do ya. Okay, I'm going to try to get this kind of in the center, and so that they're sort of flush. So by that I mean, if I had a ruler here, you want them to be kind of flush. Oops, wrong way. So like this, something like that. So I'm just going to put the two like this. And if it doesn't really go, who cares? You'll make it work. Okay, they're two that are kind of attached. Very flimsily, I might add. They're just like hanging out by this little dot of glue. Okay, so there are your wheels. Now, this is the only part that I went, seriously? That's kind of not okay. I brought in my, oh, I just had a flicker. Okay, I brought in my silicone mat because I'm going to use my adhesive just to run a little bit of adhesive along this bottom edge. And then you can see what happens here is half of it's on my silicone mat. I fold it up and kind of drag it so that that adhesive goes towards the back. Like, so you don't have it hanging all over the front. Just kind of tuck it in the back if there's any overhang. You can just roll that off. This is the bonus of the silicone mat. You just rub it off. It's good to go now. All right, so I've got a little bit of glue on here. You can see it, or tape. Okay. Now, I'm going to set this in between the two wheels. And again, like, don't overthink it. Just, okay, how about like that? Sure, that looks good. It's going to stick on this one wheel. It's going to stick to it. Then I'm bringing in these little bad boys, and it actually goes this way. So the W faces up because this is what's sitting on the ground, right? It makes sense. I mean, I guess you could, but that's not the way it's supposed to go. I don't think people would laugh at you, but that's not the way it's supposed to go. So this is going to go over to the side. So with a wheelbarrow, you pick it up and you roll it around on its top two wheels, and then you set it down, right? So this is going to go over here near the edge. You kind of want this piece to be flush with your wheels, in theory. So I'm going like that. Now this is, like I say, the only part that kind of made me go, really? Come on now. Look how thin that is. Like, it is just holding on by a wish and a prayer. A strong breeze and that bad boy's coming off. So I'm just going to grab my tearing tape. And I'm going to cement this down. I don't even care if I get this little guy. You can move it over, like whatever. It's not going anywhere really. It's not like people are manhandling this. So I'm just going to put a strip of tearing tape all the way along like that. And there's your cart. It is ready to roll. Okay, it's ready to apply. Is that like, okay, it's a few steps more than we're used to, but it's cute. It's fun. Let's do a little bit more stamping. I'm going to bring in these rocks and I'm going to stamp those in my crumb cake. I like doing, let me show you how, I love my Mystery Card Mondays, but I don't do a whole lot of stamping, right? And I certainly don't show you how to use product. I miss it. I just haven't had a whole lot of time in my life. So let's see what I can do. It's summer. Let's just try to do more of what we love. Okay, so I didn't ink that very well. It's all good. They're pebbles. They're not going to be exact. So I'm putting them approximately where the wheels might be. And you can turn the rocks upside down so they look a little bit different. So I just did 3. 3 is pleasing to the eye. Okay. Now I'm going to attach it to the card. What the heck? Let's just be brave here. If I can find my card. If I can't, well, we're kind of hooped. Where are you, card? Let's throw it away here. Okay, so here it is here. So I'm going to put some tape on the back of this. Why do I keep blinking and flashing? I don't know. Our internet. It can't be all of my devices. It's got to be something internet related. Okay, so this one's going to go straight. And by straight, I mean it's going to be parallel. Perpendicular? No, parallel. It's going to be flush. This way and this way. Like so. There you go, Pat. I know it can be frustrating, right? Until you've watched a few videos, until you know. Now, I didn't pop this up on dimensionals. I popped the flowers up on dimensionals. So here's a little fun hack. Cheat. We don't need any more adhesive. Let's just take off the strip. And boom, chicka wow wow. Here we go. Smooth it over to the left a bit, like that. Okay. I'm going to bring in my mini dimensionals. I'm going to put them on the back. What I'm going to do, though, you know me, I have issues with when dimensionals go where they're not supposed to. So I'm going to put dimensionals along the cart so it's not hitting, say, the wheels. Put 3 of them there. That's really all I need. But you know me better than that. I'm going to put 1 up here, too. Okay, so I'm going to take the tops off. We're almost done, you guys. Like, how ridiculously easy. And it's just, you get so overwhelmed. So I'm just tucking this under the one little wheel. I'm going to pop it on like that. I'm going to grab It's a Lovely Day. I'm going to pop those up on some dimensionals. So yeah, I could use minis. That's okay. I could use 2 or 3 minis. Pop that in the corner. You know I like things overhanging, just for interest, so it's over these pieces here. I'm going to grab, you can use a glue dot, but I'm using these now for my ribbon. These are from our kits. Little glue dot. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit flatter, a little less annoying, and I've got a bazillion of them. A bazillion. I counted. Maybe a bazillion and 4. I'm going to tie a bow. Keep losing my scissors. There they are. I see them over there. Okay, stick that on here. I'm going to grab my brass butterflies. This one's a big one, but you can use little. Like we also have dragonflies. We also have the birds. Whatever you fancy, whatever you got in your stash. They're flying right out of that cart. Boom, done. Like even with Tamara's tips, that was so quick. Inside, I didn't do the inside on this one. I thought I had done the inside, stamp the envelope. I guess I didn't on any of them yet. But I'll just stamp. You can stamp any. Oh, I think I'll probably stamp the flowers again because that's just fun to me. And now that I have my new black ink pad, I kind of love it, right? So, hey, what do you think? What do you think? I love it. It's that easy. So if you're catching the replay, if it's still July 23rd, it is free shipping today. Today only, one-day sale. If you're a demonstrator, you're going to get your discount. But if you buy the stamp set and the dies separately, it comes to $80. And then you're just going to have the tax. But if you're a demonstrator, you get your discount. And the shipping will be free if you can top it up with another $20. And who's not going to go right now and buy an ink pad, the ink refills on the craft stuff, which I should have checked out the price on that. Let me see if I can figure out in the catalog how much the craft ink is. Let me just see. Storage, clear, pierce, stays on, scrub, chamois cleaners, beauty, blender pens, specialty paper, embellishments, enamel, luciment. Let me see. Where am I going to find the ink? Here we go. Craft, okay, page 126. I'm just telling you how much it is right now. So then maybe if it's $20, we're golden. 126. So our craft ink stuff and things. Craft ink. So it the pad is $14.50. I think though you get, I think when you buy your first one, you get it. You get the refill with it, and then you can just buy extra refills. So I'm pretty sure that comes with it. So this is what it looks like, and I just use the stickers to make mine all black, so I know what it is. I covered up that it's not white, and anyway, so you're very close to $20. Well, thank you, Linda. Thanks for popping in, you guys. But that's it. That is my today's episode of Let Me Show You How. Take advantage of that free shipping, my friends, and pick up this bundle. It's fun to play with, and you can also add the topper if you're so inclined, but it didn't work. That's it. Stay cool. Have a fabulous day. See you Friday.